If you've been thinking that willpower, discipline, action, or even motivation might be your issue, it might not be your issue at all. More often than not, when I have people come to me and they say, I've got an issue with willpower, discipline, action, or motivation, those things are symptomatic of something else. And by trying to force yourself to be more willful and to be more structured and disciplined and to try to just take more action and to try to drum up motivation in yourself, will just leave you feeling worse, because you can only hold it together for so long because it's creating change at the level that it's not really needed. Often something else is deeper going on. So I'm going to share some things with you, and all I want you to do is listen in from your perspective and see if this rings true and things true to you. You might notice that there are things that you want to do and there are things that you know would be good for you. And you intuitively sense that if you did those things and went in those directions and took the actions you need to take, and you did it consistently, that it would be really good for you and it would create changes in your life. And then because you know that that's true, and then you aren't able to hold it together to show up and do the things, to be consistent, to take the actions and to follow through, you assume often, this happens with people, see if it's true for you, you assume there's something wrong with me. I must be, and then insert, I must be lazy. No, you're not lazy. I must be unmotivated. I'll tell you, if it's the right thing and things are lined up inside of you and you have your whole system supporting you, you won't have a problem with motivation. You will have a problem with motivation if it's the wrong thing for you and it's the wrong direction, because we don't get motivated for stuff we don't want. But usually it's not a motivation thing. And if you're relying just on thinking, I'm not disciplined and I need to be more disciplined, and you try to force your personality to be something different and say, I must be structured and I must do it this way, you're going against the grain of something, okay? Something inside of you is always going on that's creating a lack of motivation, a lack of follow through, a lack of the discipline, yeah? And so when we start to get curious about what's really going on, then we can stop this sidetrack that we've been down, which is I'm not disciplined and I'm not motivated and I'm lazy and I must need more willpower, beating ourselves up, judging ourselves, because that's a road to nowhere. If you rely on surface level stuff, like surface level hype you up, you know, I can do anything, just go out there and take the action. Well, you would have done that ages ago if that's all that was going on, because you're smart. Well, you're smart, I'm smart, we're all smart, right? It's not a problem with action taking, and it's very rarely going to be a problem with these other things. These things, I want you to think about them like this. You have this beautiful inside out equation for creation. So everything that's happening in terms of who you're being in the world and what you're doing and what you're creating is starting inside of you, deep inside of you, okay? And it's rippling out. And one of the last things that happens at the tail end of it is that you take action. And the action then creates results in your money, health, relationships, career, business, whatever it is. So that's like over there. That's like the tail end. It's the last port of call, if you like, of something that happens before you then see results in your life. But there are a whole lot of elements that come in before that that lead you to take action or not take action, to feel motivated or not motivated, to want to show up or not show up, to be consistent or not be consistent. And so what if we stopped thinking about your willpower, your discipline, your action, your laziness or not laziness, and going, why can't I just do what's good for me? Because when I hear people say that, I know what I need to do. Why can't I just do what's good for me? That is a sure sign that there is something inside of you, and one of your other layers, as I call it. I have a 5-layer protocol for personal transformation. It's called Activate Your Power. And the 5 layers, if one of them is off kilter and out of alignment, you will find yourself going, I'm smart, why can't I do this? I know what's good for me, why don't I just show up? What's wrong with me that I can't just, blah, 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 blah. I never follow through. Right, all the judgy things that we do to ourselves. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into this so that you can start to maybe look at yourself differently, give yourself a break, and realize there might just be something in your blind spot, a place in a thing you can't see inside yourself that's actually causing that. That's not the cause, that's just a symptom. What might the cause be? Now, before we go any further, just to get us on the same page, I want you to think about this. Have there ever been things where you have taken a lot of action, but you didn't really get the results you wanted? Or you were really disciplined about something, but you still didn't get the results you wanted? Or maybe you were hyped up, motivated, super motivated, and you still didn't get the results you wanted. Or maybe you're like, I've got the will and I'm strong and I'm going to power my way through this, and you still didn't get the results you wanted. And if you can remember a time like that from any age in your life, because I can remember lots over many years where I'm a person of discipline and I'm a person of willpower and I'm a person of taking action, and I don't like motivation, and it doesn't equal results because there's other parts of you going on. And if we don't have our whole system lined up, then what we do is we get burnout and confusion. So let's talk about what some of these other layers are inside of you. If you want an outcome in your life and you know, I need to show up and do things and take action in order to make that happen, great, but you're just not doing it. Why might you not be doing that? Well, number one, if any part of you inside does not believe and feel that where you're going, the action you're going to take and the result you're going to get, doesn't believe that that is safe for you, thinks at any level that that is risky or uncertain, your system is so clever that you'll just lose energy for it. You'll just accidentally forget to do the things that you need to do. You'll just, by chance, run out of time and not be able to show up to take the actions. You will wake and your physical body will feel exhausted, and you'll be like, I'm so exhausted, I can't do those things, so that you just don't go there. Your system, your whole system, meaning your psychology, conscious and subconscious, your emotions, your energetic state, meaning your life force, your energy field, your nervous system, every part of you is so cleverly woven together to protect you, to keep you alive, to keep you well, to keep you safe. And if there is anything out there that it deems to be kind of uncertain, which means everything new and everything unfamiliar, and you are not aligned at the level of belief that this is good for you, there's a price you could pay if you do it. It's negative. You've told yourself any story that it's negative, it's difficult, it's hard, it's bad, it could lead to bad places. If I do that, this could happen. If I do that, I don't know who I'll be. I don't know what people will think of me, anything at all. Then your system is going to go, roger that, let's not do that. I remember one time I woke up in the morning and I had a project to do, and it was something really new and different, and I was a little tentative, and I'm not kidding you, I woke up and I was all ready to go, I had everything lined up, and I do not lack discipline, and I'm a real action taker, and my whole body was exhausted out of nowhere. Like I was like, I need to go back to bed, and I lay down in bed and I was like, why am I so exhausted? And I heard, because you don't want to do this, because you think it's risky. And I did. And I realized my system was telling me, I'm making you feel this way so you don't have to do that. You can thank me later. How funny is that? And when you really start to realize the way that you're wired as a human being, you will stop judging yourself. You will get really gently curious and loving with yourself. And you'll be like, oh, there's some sweet, sweet part of me inside that is either not on board for this, is trying to help me, is trying to self-protect me, thinks they know better than me, and has decided that we're not going to do that. And until we bring all parts of ourselves to the table and we allow all parts of ourselves to be heard and we integrate and we shift the dynamic psychologically, emotionally, and energetically about the thing we want to do and the thing we want to get, the doing and the getting of a tail end, the being in behind is who's calling the shots. And the interesting thing is that at the conscious level of your awareness is a tiny amount of who's calling the shots. When you're like, I want this, I'm going to do that, that's a tiny portion of who's calling the shots and who's driving the car of your life. Who's really driving the car of your life and calling the shots, or running the meeting, right, sitting at the chair of the meeting table, are numerous what I call layers inside of you. One is the deeper psychology, your self-concept, or what's often called identity. I also love to call it your self-image because that's easier to understand. The image you have of yourself. If the image you have of yourself does not match the actions you're going to take and where you're going, then no part of your deepest self is on board. Like if you want to go out and do, for example, you want to go and do like fitness and get healthy and be strong, and you're going to start going to the gym, and you want to, lose weight, and you want to dress a certain way, or whatever it is that's important to you. And your deeper self-concept is, I'm not one of those people. And your deeper self-concept is, I'll never be like that. And your deeper self-concept is the anti of that. Then your system is not on board for it, right? It's easier to understand when we put it at the level of our beliefs. If we believe that what we're about to do and where we're about to go is different to our core programming, like for example, say you want to expand your career or business, but it means you're going to get seen and you're going to get exposed to more people, and you might have to talk to people that you haven't known before, and you have an underlying fear of judgment, and you believe that exposure is going to lead you to harm, then you will have every part of you deep down wanting to not do that. And what we call self-sabotage at the surface level is actually self-protection. So your inner being is not aligned, you don't lack willpower, you don't lack discipline, it's not a motivation issue, and you don't need to force yourself to take more action. What you want to do is get all parts of yourself on board, so you'll naturally just get up and do the thing because you want to do it. You see yourself as that person in your self-image. You believe in alignment with what you want to do and where you want to go. You are emotionally calm and confident to do it, and you are energetically in your breathing, your life force, and your nervous system, calm and ready. Instead of dragging yourself to do the thing at the gym, or dragging yourself and forcing yourself to do the things for your career or business and being super uncomfortable and starting and stopping and getting off the horse and self-sabotaging, all of that is not a problem. That's just your beautiful human nature trying to stay away from something that it's not about, it's not aligned for. What we want to do is align you and activate you at every level of your being, psychologically, including deep psychologically, not just at the surface level of your conscious mind, not just some affirmations on, not just some self-talk, not just some positive thinking. Beautiful things, we love those things. They have a very important place in how we activate our power. But I'm talking deep. I'm talking below the tip of the iceberg, under the hood of the car, your self-image of how you see yourself, which is conditioned from the day that you're born. Your beliefs, which were programmed into you since the day that you were born. Your emotions that you haven't processed yet, that you've been carrying around for your whole life. And the state of your energetics, the state of your nervous system, your life force, your breath, your energy field. And when those things are aligned, you will flow forward and do the things that you want to do. So my question to you today is, do you have an issue with discipline, willpower, action? Are you really undisciplined, not following through, lazy? Or is there just a part of you that's not about where you're going? And that part needs to be listened to, needs to be lovingly, curiously heard. And sometimes the challenge is that it can be in our blind spots, right? And so that means it's kind of like we've got our blinders on and we can't see what's really going on inside of us. And, I've been on this journey a long time. I help people do this, and I'm really good at doing it because I can objectively see it, and I do it so often. But even in my own, it took me quite a while to discover what my blind spots were, to be able to see them truly and go, that's why I behave that way. That's why I've been avoiding this action, okay? So if you're interested in what we're talking about here, I'll put two links actually below this video. One link is to my 5 Essentials free guide. It's the 5 essential layers inside of you that we want to activate and align for the life that you want to have. In order to transform inside and create transformation in your life, we need to get all the parts of you on board. The second link will be to my Activate Your Power program. The wait list is open. It runs 1 or 2 times a year. So for the next intake, if you want to find out about when it's happening and receive all the information, you'll find the link there. You can go through and join the wait list so you'll be first to hear. And until then, I just invite you today to choose to see yourself differently and to say, in any area of my life where there's something beautiful that I want, and I know it would require me to show up in a certain way, to be a certain kind of person, and to take certain kind of actions, my being and my doing, to create that. And in any way where I'm not doing that right now, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. I do not need fixing. This is the dynamic of the complexity of being a human being. And the good news is there's very rarely anything really wrong when we talk about all these surface things. They can often be fixed with a pull on various levers at a deeper level. We just need to understand how we operate as human beings. And that's why I love doing this work. I'm about it for you. I'm excited to connect with you. You can drop me a comment below this video if you want to share with me anything that you've got going on, anything you're trying to create or do, and where you're getting stuck and what you see going on for you. I'm happy to read that and reply. If you need to reach out to me, you can contact me at support@bernadettelogue.com. I always love to hear from people. And don't forget the links in the description. If you want to stay in touch, also make sure to hit the bell notification so you get future vids. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next video.